Bro.
Yes, man.
Pleasure to have you. This is my home away from home, where we just get the work in, man. London Shoot Fighters is it's actually the first MMA gym in this country.
Thank you for having me. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, this is my first kind of experience with MMA contact. Yeah, I'm just here to soak up all the knowledge. Thank you.
These on? My special sparring gloves.
Okay. I'm in mode. You know, man. Like, how did you get into the sport? You know?
So, I say fortunate enough, as in both my mum and my dad started in Kung Fu when they first came over. Wow. Yeah, they just been, you know, doing it ever since. So my mum kind of had to stop when I was born.
Yeah, cool.
My dad kind of, you know, was so passionate about it. He left his work and just started setting up his own gyms.
Wow.
And obviously, as soon as I was able to just take a couple of steps, he just, you know, he had me in it.
It's a part of you, yeah.
Yeah. So all of my siblings do it as well. And I've always taken to so many different sports, gotten into it, fallen off, gotten into it, fallen off, gotten into it, fallen off. And the only thing that I kind of stuck at was, I think it's because it was a family thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I always came back to it.
Natural,
So yeah. It didn't even feel like it was work. It was just
part of you,
yeah. Just part of what we did.
Yeah.
All right. One more. Kickboxing, like my first competition I was 5 years old. I won my first world championship at 12 years old. And then literally I'm 10-time world champion in kickboxing, British champion, European champion, like just won everything. But for me, I felt like I just wanted to do more. Do you know what I mean? Like I enjoy performing.
Yeah.
So I said that to my dad. He's like, yeah, you're gonna have to go find your thing.
How did you navigate growing up whilst having that ability? You know, like, cause like as a schoolboy, you know, get into fights, or you know, boys will be boys. You know, like
of course.
How did you navigate it?
No, I wasn't embarrassed of it, but I used to know that telling people just brings like unnecessary attention.
Yeah.
In my primary school, the teacher pushed me, like she's probably like, "No, we want you to do an assembly about what you're doing."
Yeah.
I think I won my first British title, and she was like, "No, so you should be proud of it."
In primary school?
In primary school,
wow.
yeah.
Wow.
So, and it's exactly what I thought. Everyone's like, "Oh yeah, I saw you're a fighter, yeah." So he's like, you know, like, so what happens if I do this? And I'm just like, well, you slapped me, innit? Like, what do you expect?
Yeah.
Like, but it was just, again, it's that kind of confirmed that I just didn't care that people like knew.
Yeah.
Maybe if I went down like the Billy Elliot route, I don't know if it would be the same. What kind of got you into basketball, and then how did you hold that space, just being from the ends?
Yeah. My older brother, he brought me, there was like a Christmas, I think I was about 7 years old. He brought me like a Michael Jordan poster, and then,
heavy.
you know, I didn't have no idea what basketball was. I just kind of became like obsessed. I was on my estate, like bouncing the ball, and then my mum kind of got sick and tired. She called my dad. She was like, "Listen, man, we need to get this child into something because he's just wild right now, bouncing the ball in the house, front off the walls."
Yeah.
So yeah, my dad took me down to Bricks and Top Cats, and that was like a micro community in itself, you know, like. So for me, it was much needed because I was kind of like a wild child, you know, behavioural problems, getting involved in this, involved in that. Being in Brixton, everyone kind of just knew me as Justin with the basketball. So it was like even my own friends, like they'll protect me from certain things, like, "Yo man, what are you doing here? Go training." You know, like, you know, when you have good people that care for you, like, regardless of what they're doing on the roads, they just knew that, listen, this guy has a talent, he's got a chance to go somewhere, and right now, you shouldn't be here, you know, go.
Nice.
Yeah, that kick there. Yeah. I already respected this sport, but I got a new level of respect. What kind of things do you do to prep, you know, for like a big fight, or, you know, any special routines that you know, have on fight day, you know?
To be fair, I feel like I've been blessed in the sense that through the kickboxing world that I was in before, it was quite a chaotic place. It's crazy busy. Sometimes I'll be, you know, I might be 1 second I'm helping coach like another fighter, then they're like, "Oh, can you help referee?" Like, doing this and that, and then they're like, "Oh, your name gets called out," and you're like, "Oh, I gotta get ready to fight." So I was kind of used to mess, and then having to, as soon as I step on the mat, turning on there, which I didn't know was a skill until later on. I realized that I don't feel like I need a specific structure before a fight, because the second I put my foot in, I can turn into that character, which has helped me a lot, because I know there's a lot of people that, you know, they have to have a specific routine.
They need harmony,
And you know, especially when you're traveling, you might perform in another country. Not everything's going to be the same.
For sure.
So it makes it harder for certain people to kind of get themselves to there, because you know they need that lucky sock or that lucky this or lucky that. So I feel like I've been blessed in that sense that I've grown through chaos.
Hey, listen, I'm scared of the salt back, you know. Is it? So that's like my worst enemy, man.
If you come into my room before we have to walk over to the arena, I got my deck set up, we're playing music. I got about 12 people in my room, we're all dancing and joking and laughing. It's madness.
Wow.
It's not, and even before I walk out, if they play, I've got a video as well, they play a video of me in my changing room beforehand. It looks like I'm celebrating a fight. I haven't even walked out yet, because we're just in there dancing, doing some pad work to warm ourselves out, then dancing again. It's very different. And I feel like for me, as long as I'm in an enjoyment phase, I'm good to go. So as long as I'm smiling, I'm happy, then music helps me a lot, and it's not any particular thing, it's whatever I'm feeling at the time.
It's just a vibe,
It's just a vibe. I just need that's you know, that kind of energy, and that carries me through to my fight.
To be able to like the switch on. Wow.
It's different. What about for you?
I'm a simple guy, you know. So like I don't really have any like you know, superstitious things or everything you do in practice translates. So you know, if you're working hard enough, if you're locked in, you know, working on your jump shot, your ball handling, there's no need to worry when you come to the game. You know, like for me, the only time I've been concerned if I'm like maybe out of shape a little bit, or I'm coming back from injury, you know, if I'm playing in pain. But in terms of like ability, I feel like as long as you're like working on your craft, there's no, you know, like there's no need to worry about anything else. You know, I'm a bit like you, where I'm kind of able to block out madness. You know, like if I'm arguing with my girlfriend, or you know, a tragedy has happened or something, I can still like focus on the task at hand. You know.
100 for that 30 seconds, and then 200 for a minute.
So you do this in 5 minutes?
Yeah.
You serious?
Yeah. You know what? The only thing I'd say that's different is, for me, I'm going in there by myself, whereas you're going in with a team. So for me, it's like it's not just your own mentality, it's the chemistry around you as well. Because something could be off within,
and that affect you.
And that can affect you. It could be a knock-on effect. So you know, you guys spend a lot of time together. It's a brotherhood. And even with siblings, you could be arguing and this and that. So the chemistry has to be right, or maybe new players coming in and
That's a good point. Like it always helps to have great teammates. You know, guys pick you up. You know, if you're having a bad day, guys put their arm around you. Let's go, man. I'm here. You know. But you know, on some teams, there's guys that are self-centered. You know, they're playing for their own. So that always helps. For you, like during a fight, like how do you keep it together? Like when someone just bangs you in the face, or just shakes your jaw, or you know, like someone has that upper hand on you. Like how do you kind of turn it around back into your favor?
To be fair, I think again, it's just being able to stay calm. I make a game out of everything. But then I also got like a petty side, so.
I've seen it.
So like if you've done something and you catch me, good shot, that was funny. And then I go into my petty side, it's like, I gotta get you back now. And then that helps push me back to, you know, that kind of state of like, I need to get straight back on top. And I'm the same here, like even with my teammates, someone could like catch me with something and I'm just like, yeah, cool, but I gotta get you back. I got this secret, invisible black book that I put names down in, you know what I mean? I'm like, I'm gonna get you, that it might not be today,
but I'll get you,
but I'm gonna get you back, so everyone kind of knows that about me.
For me, like I've kind of always been hard on myself. I think like in life, you know, whether it be school or you know performing on the court, I'm kind of like level-headed, and you know some people say, oh, you don't show no emotion, and that's kind of how I am on the court. You know, I'm not like jumping up and down and celebrating when stuff's going well. So when it's going bad, I don't overreact. You know, so I kind of try and keep a straight line. You know, my coach in Rogers always say, don't get too high or too low, and I try to apply that to life, really. You know, so and at the end of the day, it's just a game. You know, so you know, stay calm, do what you do, and then you know, you can live with the results. You know, like as long as you played hard and you gave your all, then I can sleep at night.
Yeah, fair enough. Good. One more time by yourself. Go. There you go. Time.
You got a big fight, a tough opponent, so you know what's the outlook going into that fight?
I've had a certain idea of how I progress, and I didn't care for like belts and all those. I was doing it for myself. I talked about it a lot. And they used to be like, oh, so you're fighting for a belt next. Do you still feel the same way? Like, do you not care? I was like, I just have to win. It doesn't change the fact that it's a cherry on top that I get given something.
Of course.
To show, that I've won this fight, and to kind of show that where I am in my career. And it's nice, but that's not what I'm looking at.
That's not why you do it.
Yeah, that's not what I'm doing it for. You know what I mean? If they took that belt away, I'd still want to have this fight, and I still want to do exactly the same thing. But what about for you? What's next?
For me and for the team, like we're just trying to finish strong, and we got the playoff championship that we're trying to win. So that's really like our end goal right now. Just championships. I'm someone, I've never really cared about individual success or individual accolades. It's just chips. Because at the end of the day, your legacy to me is defined by how many championships you've had or whatever. So yeah, man, just trying to lead these guys and be positive every day in practice, bring it every day.
Listen, I appreciate the time. I know you're training. I know you're.
No problem.
You know what I mean? This is like I'm blown away, man. Honestly,
I'm glad.
I've got a new respect for you guys, man.
See, it's a lot of work, and I'm glad even that things through interactions like this. I'm glad I can get that appreciation out there. People you'll start to see it differently. You remember a couple things. Like, oh yeah, that's what. Yeah. So it's good, and I'm looking forward to getting down to you, man.
Honestly, seriously, man. Listen,
different work, man. It's different work.
I'm blown away, and I'm being serious, man.